everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Ren. I make videos a couple of times a week about books and pop culture. And like the rest of the world, I have recently spent my time binging Wednesday. I am a huge Addams Family fan. I have loved the original Addams Family stories since I was a kid. And I'm always really skeptical and judgy of adaptations because in my eyes I know what the Addams Family and their characters are supposed to be like, and I'm always really like, this is just not going to live up to my expectation. But Wednesday was actually really good. I really enjoyed Wednesday. I think it was done really well. I think I'm going to do a whole video where I talk about my thoughts on Wednesday and just talk about it as a whole. But for now, I thought I would do a less analyze video and just share with you some books that I think you would like if you enjoyed Wednesday. I love doing videos like this because when I finish something, I just want to consume so much media that is similar to the thing I've just finished. So I enjoy like movies you would like, shows you would like, books you would like, and obviously I have a big array of books and I talk about books a lot. So I thought I would do a books for fans of Wednesday. There are 6 books here. I felt that was very fitting, like, you know, 666, Call of the Devil. Feel like it fits. So let's get into it. Also, sorry if my voice at any point goes funny. I am currently recovering from bronchitis, which is fun. So the first one is actually The Midnight Club, and this is a show on Netflix, and I think you should watch the show as well. I think you would enjoy it. And I also want to say other shows on Netflix that you would also enjoy if you enjoyed Wednesday is the Fear Street movie trilogy. Definitely go and watch that. They're also books, and I did debate putting them in this, but I feel like the movies that they did fits the vibe of Wednesday more than the books. But Fear Street, the whole series, is a book series by R.L. Stine, and it's also a film series on Netflix, which I love so much. So go read/watch that. The Midnight Club is also more recently a TV show that went onto Netflix. It's not been renewed, which was so sad. Like, it absolutely should have been renewed. It was so good. It's also a book by Christopher Pine, and I loved the book and I loved the TV show, and it is a not a boarding school, but a house, like a home for terminally ill teenagers, and there's also like a secret club, and it's also they go and tell stories about the house, and there's also stuff going on in the house, and it's kind of everything from there and the history, and it's really cool. I really liked it. I really liked the way that illness is discussed in it and the way that they deal with being ill. I think that it was done in such a really like honest and raw way. Obviously trigger warnings that a lot of sensitive topics involving illness will be in this. Like I said, they are terminal. But I liked the way it was done, and I liked the way the friendships were formed, and just this group of people that had all come together through circumstances that they couldn't control, but kind of what they make of that, and I really liked it. They tell stories at midnight. It's really good. And then we have The Grimrose Girls by Laura Poll, and this is a book that I read this year. I actually read this quite recently. It is hella gay. Like, the whole cast of characters, it's just an array of queer characters, which, you know me, I enjoy. And this focuses on 4 girls, and their best friend dies, and it's ruled as a suicide, but they don't think it's a suicide. They don't believe that their friend would leave them without saying goodbye, without saying something. They all go to an elite school, Grimrose Academy, and they are like the whole talk of that school because their friend has just died. But like I said, they are determined like to prove that this was not a suicide and that there's stuff going on, and it is everything from there. Like I said, entire cast of queer characters, hella gay. It's so good. I loved the mysteries. It's based on a lot of different fairy tales, and they're told really well and like tied together really well, and I really liked the way it was done. So I would absolutely recommend this one. And then another very gay but spooky book is The Other Ones by Fran Hart. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I spoke about this on there, and I loved it. It really took me by surprise. This was the last time I cried at a book, because I think it was done really well, and it was these this group of people that you don't think would really come together and be friends, but they are. But it focuses on Sal, and he's kind of like the main character, even though it is this cast of characters. Sal is the main character and it's his perspective, and he lives in a house which is haunted and everyone knows it, and everyone writes these articles about his haunted house, and he's kind of the little outcast and people think he's really weird for it and he's treated differently for it. And then there's the new boy Pax who shows up, who's very interested in haunted things and like wants to know about the haunted things, so he's very excited to meet Sal and go to Sal's house and explore this haunted house. And it is everything from there, but it's also kind of family and exploring yourself and family dynamics and relationships and friendship dynamics and relationships and figuring out who you are, and it's really, really good. I really loved this book. Like I said, it's the last time I cried at a book, and like it took me by surprise. I read it one Sunday morning, like I had a completely free morning, it was completely relaxing, and I just sat and read this book and cried at the end. Like it was so well done. I loved it so much, and I think you would like it if you like Wednesday. Then I feel like I couldn't not recommend this book. This is like a pretty popular book, loads of people know about this book, and it's by a pretty big author, but that's Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I feel like I had to put this on this list. And this focuses on Alex, and she has just been accepted into Yale, but she's very, very unexpectedly in Yale. Like she is like the most unlikely person to be in the current class of Yale, but basically she gets a second chance, and she gets to go to Yale, but she has to monitor one of the secret societies of Yale because Alex has the power to talk to the dead, and she knows that the secret societies are a lot more, like there's a lot more going on than they originally say, and they explore in forbidden magic and they do lots of things like that. And it is everything from there. It's a lot more complicated than I've made it sound, but it's really good. I really love Leigh Bardugo's books. I have always spoken on this channel about how much I love Leigh Bardugo, and the Six of Crows duology is my favourite duology. I finished Crooked Kingdom and could not stop thinking about it for months, and I've spoken about how much I love her writing, and when she released this I was just absolutely buzzing because like I love secret societies and just anything involving secret societies and anything like that. I think it's so cool and interesting, and like the fact that they do kind of exist and that there are like societies at big elite schools. Like I find it really interesting, and I think Leigh Bardugo did this really well, like adding that kind of fantasy element to it, which was really good. So I had to recommend Ninth House. I feel like Ninth House is a book Wednesday Addams would enjoy. Also, Ninth House is getting a sequel. There's going to be another book like next year. We're not in 2023 yet. I'm trying not to wish the months away. And then we have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is also a trilogy, I believe. I've only read books 1 and 2. I've been meaning to get on to book 3. I am on a mini book buying ban, and I'm only buying pre-orders that I've had, and trying to get through this. And this focuses on Stevie, and she is about to start at Illingham Academy. Illingham Academy is the home to a unsolved crime. Illingham, the guy that owned it originally, his wife and his daughter were kidnapped, and it's like an unsolved thing, and Stevie is like determined that she is going to solve this crime, and she is going to be the one that ends up finding out what happened to them. So it is Stevie arriving at Illingham and trying to figure stuff out. It's everything from there. And then finally we have The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bobbellino. This was a book that was in an Illuma Crate box last year. I got a Illuma Crate every month last year. It was a New Year's resolution of mine to have a year of book subscriptions. It was a random one, but I thought it would give me access to books I might not have been aware of, and it did, and I really liked that. And this focuses on Tess and Elliot, and they stumble upon a book in their school's library, and it ends up essentially releasing a devil. He's been essentially like bound into this book, and they find this book and they end up releasing him, and it kind of just causes all sorts of chaos, and this devil will stop at nothing. And I loved this book. Like it was one that I got the box and like saw it. It was their Secret Societies box actually, and I got the box, like just loved the look of this. Like it's a beautiful cover, loved like everything about it, thought it sounded really cool, and I read it like immediately, like it was the next book I started and finished, and I thought it was really good. I liked the way it was written. I've never heard of Torre Bobbelino before, but really enjoyed this story and enjoyed that writing, and just thought it was really good. It's one I don't see a lot of people talking about, so I wanted to recommend it because it is, I really enjoyed it, and I think if you like Wednesday, you would like this book. So yes, those are 6 books I think you would like if you enjoyed Wednesday. Please leave your own recommendations to books / movies / TV shows that you think people would enjoy if they enjoyed Wednesday, or even if they enjoyed any of the books I mentioned. I guess that all kind of ties into one, but you know what I mean. Leave those in the comments. Like I said, I will do a video where I talk about Wednesday and my thoughts on Wednesday, but that will be coming when I can talk for a longer period of time without getting incredibly out of breath. This video is like 15 minutes long and my lungs are killing me, so we'll do the Wednesday video when I can breathe. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you guys are new here, then I make videos a couple of times a week about books and pop culture, so if you want to stick around and join us, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. You can also now become a channel member if that's something that you're interested in, and if you want to come hang out with me on other social medias, that's all in the description as well as my podcast. It is called Hawkins Do Copy. We talk all things Stranger Things, so if you're a fan, come and follow the Hawkins Do Copy podcast. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing really, 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 really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.